Hello, my friends. This is Legend Arma TV. It's good to see you again. And today, in today's episode of Everything You Need to Know About, we'll be battling Marject in a battle dungeon laboratory. As usual, we will be going through the requirements, I'm going to show you the gameplay, and you will know everything about that monster. Let's roll! Alright, dungeon laboratory requirements. So, the attack cap for Marject is 37,000. The amount of critical resistance keeps on raising. We will need 180. The amount of critical as well, it does increase. So we will need 180 critical to crit cap this guy, this monster. We will need 145 counter force to be able to do 100% damage. And if we look into the quick battle, the amount of power required is 50,000. The amount of technique remains the same. It's 230, just like the previous battle, Eveka's Nightmare. And you can enter Dungeon Laboratory only having 125 counter force. But as I always remind you, make sure that you're fully capping the counter force. So the amount of counter force that you'll need to cap him is going to be 145. Well, that's it with the requirements. Let's get to the gameplay. Alright, it's time to fight Marject. It's time to fight this monster, this mutant. Now, Marject is quite clumsy, but he's super fast. So, he's going to continuously attack you. He's going to be really relentless. This first pattern, right over here, he jumps to the side and then attacks you with his claw. Just a single hit, nothing really to worry about here. There was also a couple of modifications to this particular pattern. This one, he does a little preparation, and then hits you with one hit, and then another one, and you might think that it's over, but then he just turns around and does yet another slash with his claw, so watch out for the delay here. Right here, another one. This one, this right over here, next pattern, is a red attack. He does a frontal red flame breath, so all you have to do, and make sure you always do that, you just run around him and attack him from the back, so you don't stay in front of Marject. Because the red attack, it's unblockable, and it's gonna hit you quite badly, and you're gonna receive a lot of damage. Right over here, he does one strike, one attack, and then does like a flip, and crashes down, so watch out for the crash. At this stage of the season, since we're like so deep into it, the bosses start doing like a lot of damage. So if you don't have a lot of defense and critical resistance, you're gonna take a lot of it. Once Marject drops to 8 bars, he is going to the wall. He's gonna climb the wall. He's gonna be invincible. He's gonna destroy this lamp or whatever that thing is, and make the middle of the arena poisonous. This is where the battle becomes harder, way harder. Now, during this phase, what do you want to do? If I would give you a tip, whenever he starts climbing, start sprinting. So whenever he is about to drop down, you will be able to run away from the red attack that he does. So after a short delay, once he destroys this thing, he poisons the middle of the arena. Start sprinting, keep on sprinting till you get to the like stage 3 of sprint. The orange circle will appear. This is where he's gonna crash. He lands and sends a massive red shockwave, unblockable shockwave. So whenever you're sprinting, you'll be able to outsprint that shockwave. And this is pretty much it. Just make sure that you're sprinting. Now, what happens if you get into the middle? This particular meter will appear. This is your poison meter. Whenever it reaches 100%, you instantly die. So stay away from the middle. Stay away from the poison. Because the meter fills very quickly, as you can see right over here. Also, once it reaches more than 50%, you will receive a debuff that will slowly tick, dealing damage to your character. From this point, the battle becomes really uncomfortable because you can't reach. You can fight marject in the middle because of the poison, right? So you can only fight him at the edges, and he's very clumsy, right? He's all over the place. He keeps on attacking. He might slip to the middle. He might run to the middle and start wasting time because you can't go there. Otherwise, you're gonna get poisoned. He continues attacking this particular stampede right over here that he does. That's a multi-hit that he does like 5 hits or something and ends it up with a slash, so watch out for it. Now, marject can do 2 different types of flame breath, a regular flame breath or a red one. It takes a little bit more time for him to prepare for the red flame breath. He's going to flash red, so you'll see it. And as I told you at the start of the video, whenever he prepares for this particular attack, make sure that you go around him and don't stay in front. Keep attacking him, but keep in mind, every time he does a red attack, after the poison has been spread, so after 8 bars, you're going to finish that red attack with a spin. He's going to spin around and do the flame breath behind him as well, so be ready for it. Right over here, again, he spams that a lot, and I mean a lot. And people who usually die in marject, they usually die to this red attack because it's really, really fast. Right over there, he does this pattern. We've seen that pattern already, right? It does this flip, but he also sends a shockwave. This is a little modification that he gains at the later phases. Just a single hit right here. And he either does the red flame breath all the time, or the stampede, or he just relentlessly, endlessly attacks you all the time. This is why this battle can be really hard to deal with. Even in my video, you will see that I will suffer here big time. See, I wasn't able to make it in time behind him, and I suffered. I life flared, thankfully, but it was a close one. Once marject drops to 3 bars, he's gonna climb the wall once again, and then he shoots these fireballs at you. At that point, do the exact same that you did at 8 bars, start sprinting, and make sure by the time he is about to land, you'll be fully sprinting, being able to outrun this red shockwave. Otherwise, as you can see, you're gonna get hit, and this landing shockwave, unblockable red one, does an enormous amount of damage. Continue DPSing marject until he is defeated. He doesn't really have a lot of patterns to deal with. It's just mostly the stampedes, these single slashes and dashes. And I would say that the biggest problem with marject is that you don't really have a lot of space. Because the middle is poison, right? And you're slowly dying. So you don't really want to be there. So you have to fight him at the edges. And whenever he does a frontal red flame breath, you might get caught and you will have nowhere to go. And right over here, I fall down. Yeah, you can see even for geared players, this boss can be extremely deadly. But we are determined to win, right? So we continue DPSing marject through all these difficulties until he is defeated. And right over here, next screenshot, right over here, this is the face of Mayarisha, right? This is pretty much my face whenever I get no drops, especially in marject or other battles. So yeah, it kind of makes sense. Damn you, RNGesus! Congratulations, you have defeated marject. It's a really tough battle to go through, but I believe in you. So this is everything you need to know about marject, the dungeon laboratory battle. In the next episode, we will be talking about Aiden in the battle Remembrance. This was Legend Dharma TV. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks for hitting the like and subscribe buttons. This is really awesome. please join my Discord or stop by my Twitch. The channel and all the info is going to be down below if you have any additional questions, and I will just try to answer everything as possible with my community. Thanks for watching again. I'll see you in the next episode. Be safe. I love you. See you later.